Hey guys, welcome back to Infinite Sky. And a PanAM plane disappeared while flying in the sky on 12 July 1955. A lot of search was done for the plane, but no evidence was found. Where did PanAM go? With time, this incident was forgotten. But about 37 years later, an unknown call came to ATC. The voice was of the captain. He said that we are calling from PanAM flight 914. We need permission to land. This was the same PanAM that disappeared 37 years ago. After all, where was this plane for the entire 37 years? Let's try to understand this entire case in today's video. 12 July 1955. A Douglas DC-4 model aircraft operated by PanAM with call sign Flight 914 was preparing to take off from New York Airport. 5 crew members and 57 passengers boarded the plane. After all the inspections, the plane was ready to take off. After the permission of ATC, this plane took off while running on the runway. This plane had to go to Miami from New York, but something happened that this plane disappeared halfway through the journey. The ATC tried to track it on its radar, but the plane was not visible anywhere on the radar. Where did this plane go? There was no distress signal and no emergency call of any kind. The plane quietly disappeared. The plane was searched for years, but no evidence or even a small mark was found, which indicated that PanAM flight 914 had crashed. Where did the plane go? No one had the answer to this question for 3 decades. With time, this incident was forgotten. But as the years passed, the year 1992 came. Caracas, Venezuela ATC was guiding the planes like every day. But suddenly he got a radio call. He said that we are calling from PanAM flight 914. We need permission to land at the airport. He also asked where we are right now. ATC knew that 37 years ago PanAM flight 914 had disappeared somewhere. And today he's calling me and saying that we need permission to land. This was quite surprising. Well, the ATC gave permission to the plane to land, and after some time the plane safely landed. A ground crew approached the pilot and said that it is the year 1992 and you have landed at Venezuela airport. Seeing the modern planes of 1992, the pilot of PanAM got scared and he turned the plane again and said that we are leaving. The pilot waved his hand and said bye. And during that time, a piece of paper fell from his hand. After this, the plane took off again and disappeared once again. Friends, before the investigation, let me tell you that there is no truth at all in this story. Such stories are written calling them true incidents so that people click on them and they can earn money. 20-30 years ago, there was no TV in every home. So that was the time of magazines and newspapers. They used to come to every home, and when there was less selling of any newspaper, simple way was to print something so strange that people are forced to think and buy. In the year 1985, Weekly World News also did something similar. They published the story of the PanAM flight 914. And not just this story. Weekly World News started publishing many such fabricated stories. And after every few years, they used to reprint their story after making some changes. Like the story of flight 914 was reprinted 3 years. And it was first published in the year 1985. Let me tell you an interesting thing here, friends. This year, the year was 1950. The plane disappeared in 1955 and it appeared again after 37 years in 1992. So is there any logic in this? So when this story was published, the year was 1985. That means it disappeared in the past and it went into the future. I mean, maybe at that time people must have thought that these are fiction stories. It is fun to read, but there is no truth in it. But after 1985, it was again printed in the year 1993. And here this story seemed suitable according to the timeline. because it disappeared in 1955 and appeared again a year later, that is 1992. Both the incidents happened in the past and have no connection with the future. Those who have read this article in the year 1993, maybe some of them might have thought that the plane had landed last year in 1992, that had disappeared 37 years ago in 1955. After 1993, this story was republished again in 1999. Sometimes the weekly world news would change the pilot's photo, sometimes they would change the year from 37 to 35. In this way, many newspapers published the story many times. And anyway, in the 1990s, we humans did not even have enough resources to be able to check out the facts. Then by the end of the 2000 decade, people had access to the internet, and the fictional stories that used to be published in magazines now found a place on the internet as well. It even started spreading rapidly on YouTube. This was the time when I exposed this flight for the first time. After this, a YouTube channel by the name of Bright Science also called it a true incident and millions of people saw it. According to the story, this plane did time travel, and as per the understanding of science till now, we have 3 theories for time travel. Through wormhole, by traveling at the speed of light, or by going near the black hole. Now, wormhole and speed of light are just an imagination, although black hole has been discovered, but it's beyond the reach of humans. By the time you reach there, you will forget counting. Billions of years will pass. The earth will also be destroyed. Still, you will not be able to reach there. This is why it is impossible to come back after 37 years by time traveling. According to this story, when the pilot of PanAM turned the plane and started going back, he waved the ground crew. During this time, a paper fell down from his hand. This paper was nothing but a calendar. According to the story, we can see that there is a picture of a bus on this calendar. This means that this calendar is also sponsored. In reality, this bus company was present at that time, and the company had given money to Weekly World News to do some publicity. You must have seen it in cricket matches also. There are many posters in the stadium for advertisement. All this advertisement is not free. You have to pay money. And anyway, the pilot has a checklist inside of paper in which everything is written. That how should a plane be operated in different conditions. And anyway, the pilot has a checklist instead of paper in which everything is written. That how should a plane be operated in different conditions. If any paper fell down from the pilot's hand, it should not have been a calendar but the plane's checklist. According to the story, when the pilot lands after 37 years, this is in the future. He's surprised by seeing the modern planes. But here I want to tell a dark truth about aviation. As for the story, when the plane disappeared, that is in the year 1955, actually what we call an advanced plane as there in the year 1955, the plane that could fly at supersonic speed, how can we forget the Concorde plane that flew faster than the speed of sound? It could complete a 5-hour journey in 1 hour. This much power was there in the old-fashioned plane, and today in 2025, you will not see any commercial plane flying as fast as Concorde. Instead of increasing, technology in aviation is decreasing, and it is being told in the story that the pilot got scared after seeing the advanced plane. Impossible. The one who has seen the Concorde flying will never be afraid of any other plane. Therefore, I do not find a single point in the story logical. Apart from this, whenever a plane crashes or goes missing, its report is kept in a database like Civil Aeronautics Board Accident Report, Aviation Safety Network. All of them have the report of every incident. But the missing report of PanAM Flight 914 is not recorded anywhere. It was a Douglas DC-4 model aircraft. This plane was manufactured by Douglas Aircraft Manufacturing Company. Seeing this fake story, Douglas DC-4 company itself said that we have manufactured a total of 1,244 aircrafts, and till date none of our planes are missing. Yes, a lot of planes have crashed, but their debris have also been found. No one is missing even after the crash. Now, no plane is missing, so only the weekly news people know where flight 914 came from and where it went. Anyway, I have put all the truth in front of you, so I will meet you in the next video. Till then, Keep watching and keep learning.